Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading a multi-character exterior by me, so let's get into it. Cyno. Cyno's not used to hearing nicknames like that, let alone anything that's making him, well, seem cute to others. He never thought himself the type to be called cute at all. He was scary, intimidating, and some people would see him and just flee. So he was far distinct from cute, right? Apparently not you, because right now, you had just called him baby. Baby of all things. What resembled a baby about him? He was totally confused, stunned as he looked at you, a bright blush covering his face. And honestly, that look on his face was all that you were going for, as you laughed loudly at him, giggling and blushing. It was honestly just hilarious and adorable at the same time. You started pouting at the way you were laughing at him, but you walked over to him, cupping his face in your hands, and kissing him softly, telling him that there was no reason to pout like that, and that you're just doing this because you thought you looked adorable. He still doesn't get it, and still complains a little, telling you that there's no way he's adorable, but you tell him it doesn't matter what he thinks, because what you're saying is the truth, undisputed. And eventually, he has to let go of it. Childe. Childe is actually really kind of caught off guard by it. He was a harbinger, someone who did kill people or maybe fight a lot for a living, so hearing himself being called baby was certainly something that was unusual and something to turn the head at, because, like I said, it wasn't something he was prepared to hear at all. Baby? That title was not for him. But still, he tried to smile, blushing a little bit. It was kind of difficult to control his own emotions, because he was blushing more than he was smiling. He was kind of shy. You had really got him good this time. And he noticed it too, laughing and teasing him. But that just made him laugh as well, hugging you tightly, and burying his face in your neck. It was hard to get him shy like this, so you stroked his back gently, kissing his cheek, and telling him that if he was a baby, he'd be the most beautiful one. Of course, only the two of you could understand what you meant, but still, it made him blush brighter, elbowing you gently before telling you that you were the true baby here, not him. Albedo. Albedo's not a baby. He's probably older than a couple people in Tevat. Perhaps maybe even older than Jean. Who knows? I don't. But he's certainly old enough. And he's immortal as well. Regardless of all of that, even then, he had never heard such a compliment. Perhaps you'd hear cute occasionally, but he never actually expected to hear this. So the first time you called him baby, he was stunned, turning back to look at you with a surprised face. And then you called him baby again, giggling, and that made him smile softly, going over to you and kissing you, telling you that you can't call him baby with a face like that. He really thought you were adorable, and your attempt at flustering him was even more adorable, but really, you can't quite do it. Albedo's always one step ahead somehow. It's really hard to fluster him. But hey, it was an attempt. Venti. Venti is actually very baby-faced, so it actually wouldn't be surprising if someone called him a baby before. He does look like a child, kind of. And, not to mention, he's really cute and pretty, but maybe you're a little bit biased. Perhaps because most of Mondstadt found him a little annoying, but he was so sweet. So could you really blame him? A little bit of annoyance to put up with, for an amazing partner like Fenty wasn't that bad of a trade-off. You really loved him, and everything about him. And about that, you actually did not expect him to be surprised, but he was. The first time you called him baby, he looks at you. You were blushing a little bit and giggling, telling you that there's no way he can be a baby because he's an Archon. And you just shake your head, telling him that by your logic he's a baby, because he's got such squishy cheeks that you cannot resist. And he laughs even harder at that, blushing a little even more. And that makes you kiss him, biting a little bit on his cheeks, because honestly, there was no way you were going to resist. They're so squishy and so adorable, especially when he blushes. Scaramouche. Scaramouche is a baby. He's so cute. I mean, he commits a lot of crimes, but he's also cute, right? I hope you see the vision, because I totally do. And regardless of all of that, he's actually not used to hearing such words from anyone. I mean, my guy did not get to be a baby even, so it was a lot to process. And when he did call him a baby for the first time, he blushed brightly, staring at you like I just said something foreign. But once you explain why you told him that, he blushes, burying his face into your neck and telling you that he's not as cute as you think. You just stroke his hair gently, telling him that he's adorable and that there's no way he can be cute. I mean, look at him. His beautiful haircut, those innocent eyes of his. He might have a little bit of evil in his heart, but you're sure that you can fix him. I mean, that's your perspective. But Scaramouche honestly thinks he'll make you worse. Inevitably. We'll wonder who wins. But for sure, you do win on calling him a baby, because that's literally what he is. Tighnari. Tighnari is really cute. I mean, who can resist him with that tail and those little ears of his? Well, they're not little, but they're really cute. And honestly, you can't help but pet him every once in a while. So, eventually, you just kind of slip up and call him a baby. But really, are you wrong? It's the truth. And you're only saying the truest truth ever to exist. And Tighnari just looks at you like, what? What are you even saying? And then you just laugh at him, kissing his cheek and telling you there's no way he can convince you otherwise. He does blush at that, but then he tells you that if he's a baby, then he deserves more kisses than that. And that's kind of why you start making out in the first place. But hey, making out with him wasn't that bad. You may have gotten sidetracked from your conversation, but honestly, whose fault was it? Totally not yours.